Today I thought I'd do a quick review on vintage diet and exercise and what I found to be super interesting. And also one vintage TV show, which I'm going to get to. I know this is kind of hodgepodge of everything. I picked up a diet book from, this is from 1955. And it's Better Homes and Gardens, and it is, their focus is on calories, and I think that's probably been pretty standard for maybe last at least 60, almost 70 years. Yeah, because they're going through, they give several like meal plans, and it doesn't seem like, anything, there's some things that, people don't eat really anymore, like liver, even lamb chop, they don't eat that. You don't hear about people eating that, but it's fairly standard, 1,000, 1,200, and 1,500 calories, depending on the 3 plans, and just really kind of like basic types of foods, like 1250, that'll give grapefruit, poached eggs, whole wheat toast, and then just like regular sandwich. But their concern was calories, and they really didn't have that much. They had some exercises in here, but I think their emphasis in the whole book was caloric intake, because they felt like just to work anything off, that would require a lot of extra effort, and they felt it's just to work everything off is probably just not. They felt it wasn't even plausible, so they thought it was good, but and they gave like a few like basic like sit-ups and types of things. And it says the easiest way is diet. Would you walk a mile for a coconut cream? You'd have to walk a mile to work off the surplus calories of 3 coconut creams, and it does seem easier to sit in the sun and not think about coconut cream. So they're saying work on the diet. So it's in a way it's like I feel like, is everything old, new again? And then I had, for more recently, Tracy Anderson Mountain Workouts and DVDs, and she has a chair that she works out with, and bands and things, like resistance bands and things like that, and just as a fun little experiment. And she's recommending juicing and things like that, and I thought, well, just when I was doing like researching everything, there was like Jack LaLanne show, and he has a chair, obviously not as many reps because it's like little half-hour thing, chair, bands, juicing. It's like, it really feels like nothing has really changed, which is really weird. It's really weird. And then he'll give like tricep extensions, bicep curls, but people didn't really have weights then. But he marketed a band, and juicing, and then he was giving even diet plans at that point, which I thought that was really funny that that there really isn't anything too many new things under the sun. Even like this older aerobics workout, she gives like jogging, things like, obviously more cardio intense, but even at that point he was giving jumping jacks, running plays, things like that, straddle, just things that are precursors even to like the 80s workouts. And then we're seeing now even reinventions of these things with like Tracy Anderson and a whole bunch of other people. And then as another like little fun pick, I picked up from like a local bookstore that resells old books, which is kind of, that's kind of nice. It's kind of like you're recycling. This box set with, you know, a whole bunch of DVDs from the 50s, and just as, you know, because there's not been that much to do, just as kind of like kitschy fun. I wound up watching the Flash Gordon ones, and what was kind of surprising about the whole series is his sidekick is a woman scientist. She's astrophysicist, and this is like I want to say 1954, 1955 was the whole series was, you know, that was when it was the most popular. And what was really, really interesting is they do all this time travel. She's the one that really helps a lot. She has like, you know, she is like one of the main sidekicks in this. And, you know, her name's Dale. And there's a one episode, Deadline at Noon, where they have to go back in time, back to the 50s, which is funny. And she was asking, well, what were, you know, one of the head scientists, she was asking, well, what were women like then? And he told her, oh, they were nothing like you. They only cooked and cleaned, and that's essentially what he told her. And I just thought that was really interesting. There was like interesting subtext because it was filmed in West Germany. And another kind of interesting thing is, you know, they were also asking what were the people like, and the scientist was laying out all, you know, because this was leading up to the Cold War, all of the very American ideals, freedom, and then they mentioned even like equality of opportunity, which I was surprised to actually hear that phrase, because right around 1954, 1955, that's when, you know, we're seeing more and more, you know, of the protests, like particularly the lynch counter. And then I believe it was in 1955, that was the very tragic case with Emmett Till, which, you know, kind of really catapulted a lot of things with the movement. So that was just kind of, you know, just everything really coming together. But also at the end, they also wanted to make sure people were aspirational. So that was another thing. So those are my odd, interesting little observations, and I think that's it. And then just one final little note. I know this is kind of my videos, like kind of all over the place. One of the very first, most vintage diet sodas was Tab, which is sadly being discontinued. I first saw this actually in Stranger Things, and I thought that I would experiment with it, but unfortunately it has gone, I believe, bye-bye. So we're a little sad. It was kind of like a nice segue into the past. Right.